Hi folks, I did this one earlier and I forgot to press the record. I deleted the original, or the introduction, so I hadn't started painting, so I had a bit of a sneezing fit. And I cleared the original start and forgot to press the record. So unfortunately I can't show you how I painted this one, but I'll do another one like it tomorrow maybe. I've got, I cut 3 of these balls, they're 10 by 8. I'll just show you the gesso, you can probably see, I'll give you a close up. It's just look, that's the other side, MDF, 2mm, very thin, but really tough. Look, very durable, lovely stuff to work on, provided you rough it up with some sandpaper. And I coated that with some white gesso, white gesso with a bit of chalk mixed in. Any little pimples, just take those off. So that'll be for tomorrow. And so what it is rough ground. I love painting rough ground, and as simple as possible. And putting the paint on. These colours here, these darks, are made from just mixing black, cadmium yellow pale and red, and not mixing them on the palette too much, leaving the colours to mix themselves on the palette, all on one brush. Just dip your brush into the 3 colours, and then just dab it in. I put a blue background. I love flat landscape, and I was inspired to do this. We're going downhill slightly. A sky, I think that by making the sky darker blue with a bit of black, you get more light and more drama in the sky. I've been doing these, quite a few of these of late, but just a simple landscape, just slurred in. They mean nothing, they're just strokes of the brush, but your eye will interpret them. And I put a path in here, it's going to whatever's up here. Just nothing really, but this is what I like doing, this impressionist type of constable bushes, constable sketches, not finished work. I've seen the constable sketches in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, and this is sort of how he would like to have painted if he wasn't painting for the Royal Academy, because they wanted a very high finish on the paintings. This is why Constable's paintings foregrounds were so detailed. But when you're looking out there, you're not looking down at your feet. This is just an afterthought. You're looking across over that. So I do them very quickly. But Constable had to put all the blackberries in and the blackberry leaves and so forth. But the Impressionists got away from all that, but so did Constable really with some of his sketches, and a lot of his sketches were on watercolour paper, so were Turner's, and they're as vibrant now as they were when they painted them a couple of 100 years ago. A watercolour paper contains, if not 100% rag, but a proportion of rag, depending on whether it's a studio practice paper or not, but makes a lovely surface to paint on, provided you, well, I don't know how they would have primed the paper if they bothered. Painted straight onto the thicker handmade paper, and the painting, well, once it soaks in a bit, you can just overload it and carry on. Try using oils on paper without priming. I prefer to prime the paper. It saves a bit of paint. But I'll do something like this again tomorrow, I think, and I'll work on this one, or I'll base the next one on this one, because that's what I do. It's you make a painting, you think, oh, I like that, and you do versions of it. Why not? Monet didn't bother about how many times he did the haystack or Rouen Cathedral. He just cracked on. And I used, the palette was cadmium yellow pale, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, black, cobalt blue, ultramarine, and cad red. I think that's all that I used. But it's amazing how with a limited palette that you can get so much variety. But I like trying these things. The simpler the better. But it's making a stroke and leaving it alone, rather than overworking, you know, as we were tempted to do. But if you put a stroke on, you like it, then leave it. Leave it. Do another one. Leave it. Just leave it as an impression. Bit of landscape here, bit of landscape there, bit of distance there. Could be fields, light on the fields. Some very distant trees. And as I say, I do like flat landscape. Seagrove painted many Norfolk scenes because he was a Norfolk artist. That's essentially a flat landscape. Constable, Essex, Suffolk, parts were flat, but parts were hilly as well. There are a number of painters that like painting flat. It's no easier or no more difficult. It's all difficult. Let's face it. It takes a long time even to do this. For me, anyway. You might be a star, but I've certainly not. I've struggled to do this, and the thing is, because there's so little detail in this, it takes a long time to learn to let go and just put the paint on and leave it. And leave it as an impression. You don't have to have great finished works of, well, I was going to say art, but what is art? This is sort of semi-abstract. I'd like to make it more abstract. So I'd like to do my Chichester type of marshes, the marsh grass. I make them up based on my memory of that area, having spent quite a few holidays there in my trailer tent or folding camper at a place called Southbourne, which is very close to the Chichester Harbour area, which is a lovely marsh area between Bosham or Chichester and Portsmouth. The whole area, the peninsula is Hayling Island. Oh, it's just breathtakingly beautiful, and it's all flat marshes. And the tide comes in, and you've got trees on the land side, so to give you that L shape composition. And you can add barns and all sorts of things. You're making a painting, not a copy of a particular landscape, but you can do that. Of course, you can do what you like. Your paint. But I'm trying to move away from slavish copying. I've had enough of that. I've done so much of it over the years. But now, at my advancing age, I'm trying to get really loose with all this. But having said that, I'll probably go back and do something much tighter. I will do a Venice scene one of these days. I did 100 of them in 1999 for a gallery, and they sold for quite a lot of money back then. I didn't get a lot of money. But it was a good experience. I got paid per canvas, but the gallery got it. The owner of the gallery got his money back. That's all I can say. But here we are. Hope you like this one. I will sign these when they're dry, but I quite like that. It's different to that side, but why not? Hope you like that. Have a go at these things yourself. You don't have to paint on a large scale. This is 10 inches by 8 inches. Got this old frame here, which was a photograph frame, plastic. I just coat it with a bit of white acrylic now and again when it gets a bit too dirty. Anyway, I'll do something like this for you tomorrow, and hope I press the record button. But I thought I didn't want to waste this on just on Facebook, so I share this with you before anybody else sees it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.